Get ready to feel everything more deeply. On June 10th, 2025, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, blessings, and truth, enters the sign of Cancer, where it will stay until July 1st, 2026. And this is a big deal. Jupiter in Cancer is exalted. This means that Jupiter loves being here, because in Cancer, expansion doesn't come from chasing the next high or hustling for success. It comes from emotional alignment, inner security, and nourishing the parts of ourselves that were once neglected. This is a massive energetic shift from the past year while Jupiter has been in Gemini, which flooded our minds with options, ideas, and social stimulation, but also left many of us feeling scattered, overstimulated, or mentally drained. The collective is moving from overstimulation to emotional integration, from information overload to soulful nourishment. This is about coming home to yourself without needing to prove, perform, or perfect. But it's not all cozy blankets and comfort zones. As Jupiter enters Cancer, it immediately forms a square to Neptune and Saturn in Aries, highlighting tension between emotional softness and the pressure to keep moving forward. This square will challenge us to create new boundaries, redefine self-trust, and heal any outdated beliefs that says rest equals weakness. Thankfully, Jupiter will also form a sextile to Mars in Virgo, helping us to take grounded, practical action on the emotional clarity that we're receiving. This isn't about feeling, it's about following through. In this video, I'll break down what Jupiter in Cancer means for your rising sign. You'll learn where your emotional expansion is happening, what area of your life is being redefined through softness, security, and truth, and how to move into this next chapter with intention, depth, and healing. So let's dive in.
Aries rising. So Jupiter moving into Cancer brings the energy of you rebuilding your inner security so you can finally rest, receive, and belong. Now, with Jupiter expanding your fourth house, this is your cosmic permission slip to slow down and come home to yourself. The next 13 months are not about chasing external wins. They're about creating emotional safety so that all your other growth has something solid to stand on. This transit brings expansion to your home life, your inner world, and your sense of emotional safety. Maybe you're moving, nesting, healing family dynamics, or even discovering your soul family in unexpected places. But underneath it all, this is deeper. It's a return to belonging. Not the performative kind, but the kind that says, I am safe just as I am. You may feel called to tend to your ancestry, break generational patterns, or finally stop running from the pain you've never felt safe enough to process. With Jupiter here, you're invited to grow, not through more effort, but through nourishment, softness, and presence. Now, Jupiter will square Saturn and Neptune in Aries, which are both sitting in your first house, the house of self. So this may trigger questions like, who am I without the pressure? Who am I when I stop performing strength 24/7? You're healing the pressure to be on all the time and the need to prove that you're okay. Let this square show you that your worth isn't in what you carry. It's in who you are when you finally exhale. Now, the sextile to Mars in Virgo in your 6th house is going to bring practical momentum. This is your chance to rebuild your daily systems around your healing, not in spite of it. So clean up your routines. Make wellness non-negotiable. Let your discipline become devotion, not punishment. If you create rituals that feel like care, your nervous system will start to believe you're safe too. Now, the best way for you to work with this Jupiter in Cancer transit is first to reclaim your right to rest. If exhaustion has become your identity, this is the time to heal it. You don't need to earn your rest. Start saying no to energy leaks and yes to emotional boundaries. Next is to rewrite your home story. The story of home may be changing, physically or emotionally. So ask, what kind of environment does my future self thrive in? Begin building it now. Next is to heal self-sufficiency wounds. You've carried it all alone for too long. Let support in, whether it's chosen family, therapy, or simply asking for help. Stop telling yourself you have to do it all. Next is to nourish, don't numb. This is a time to feel your feelings, not avoid them. Create grounding rituals that help you come back into your body instead of checking out. And finally, build sanctuary inside your schedule. If your calendar is full, but your cup is empty, it's time to rearrange. Make your morning or evening routine feel like a ritual. Peace is a form of productivity now. A great affirmation for you for this Jupiter in Cancer energy is, I no longer need to fight for belonging. I create peace, safety, and connection from within, and the right people and places meet me there. I love to hear how this resonated with you, so be sure to let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're craving a deeper shift, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Taurus rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is telling you your voice is a vessel, and this year it leads you to freedom. With Jupiter expanding your 3rd house of communication, mindset, and expression, you're stepping into a season where your words hold real weight. The way you think, speak, write, and share your truth is undergoing a massive upgrade because the universe is asking you to stop shrinking your message and start owning your voice. This could look like launching a writing project, upgrading your tech, signing up for a speaking opportunity, deepening sibling relationships, or even healing nervous system dysregulation from early childhood environments where your voice felt unsafe. You're not here to just absorb knowledge. You're here to share wisdom in a way only you can. This is also a powerful year for learning, teaching, and exchanging ideas. Your curiosity becomes your superpower, but only if you stop filtering yourself to keep others comfortable. As Jupiter squares Saturn and Neptune in Aries in your 12th house, you may come face to face with self-doubt that lives beneath the surface. Old fears of being misunderstood, dismissed, or judged could rise now, not to sabotage you, but to be cleared. You're healing the fear of being too much or not enough at the same time. This square is asking, can you speak your truth even if your voice shakes? And more importantly, can you stop letting silence be your safety blanket? Now, with Jupiter sextile Mars in Virgo in your 5th house, your voice and your creativity are deeply intertwined. This isn't just about talking more. It's about creating more. Whether you're launching content, writing poetry, expressing your romantic feelings, or reconnecting with your inner child, this is the time to infuse your everyday life with beauty and meaning. Let your happiness speak louder than your fear. Some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter and Cancer energy is, first, heal visibility and communication wounds. You may have been taught that being quiet equals being safe. That ends now. Journal, voice memo, post, pitch. Start expressing before you're ready. Next is to upgrade how you talk to yourself. Your inner monologue becomes your outer reality. Replace negative loops with loving language. What would your future self say to you? Next is to say the thing you've been avoiding. There's a conversation or truth that needs your courage. Speak it with softness, but say it. That honesty opens the next chapter. Next is to turn your creativity into conversation. Your playfulness is magnetic. Merge your art and your voice. So sing, share, show up. Let others see what lights you up. And finally, stop dismissing your intelligence. You don't need more credentials to be valid. Trust your lived experience. You are wiser than you think, and people need what you know. A great affirmation for you for this Jupiter in Cancer energy is, my words matter. I am safe to be seen, heard, and understood. My voice opens the doors my fear once closed. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you, so be sure to let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're craving a deeper shift, My signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Gemini rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is telling you to rebuild your relationship with worth, not just what you make, but how you feel. Jupiter is expanding your second house of money, self-worth, values, and material security, making the next 13 months a soul-deep upgrade of how you earn, spend, save, and believe in your own value. But this isn't just about more money, though that's possible too. It's about alignment. It's about allowing your financial life to reflect your deeper truth, not just survival, but self-honor. So you may receive new income opportunities, feel inspired to invest in something long-term, or finally step away from work that drains you. You'll be called to evaluate what's worth your time, your energy, and emotional bandwidth, and what's not. With Jupiter here, you're learning to stop outsourcing your worth to a paycheck, a title, or the external validation that used to fuel your hustle. This is about internal wealth, the kind that says, I don't need to prove anything to deserve everything. Jupiter will square Saturn and Neptune in Aries, both in your 11th house of community, future vision, and belonging. So you might feel tension around whether your big dreams can actually support you. You could wonder, is there space for me in the room I want to walk into? This square invites you to dismantle imposter syndrome, release people-pleasing habits, and stop performing for inclusion. The truth is, your value doesn't increase because other people validate it. You belong, especially when you show up as your full, unfiltered self. Thanks to Jupiter's sextile to Mars in Virgo in your 4th house, the more rooted and emotionally regulated you are, the more you'll attract grounded abundance. Your energy shifts when your nervous system feels safe. Your finances flourish when your inner world feels stable. It's time to pour into your home, your body, and your emotional foundation as much as you do your goals. Some of the best ways for you to work with the energy of this transit is first to heal scarcity programming. You don't have to struggle to prove you deserve more. Track when you act from fear of not having enough, and gently choose trust instead. Next is to clean up leaks in time, energy, or money. If it doesn't pay you in peace or purpose, it's too expensive. Audit your life like a CEO. Make sure your values and your schedule match. Next is to rebuild self-worth from the inside out. Stop tying your value to performance. Create new routines, affirmations, or rituals that honor who you are, not just what you do. Next is to step into receiving mode. You've been overgiving. It's time to open your hands. Ask for the raise. Apply for the grant. Open to support without shame. And finally, let your stability be sacred. Your peace is your most profitable investment. Tend to your home, your savings, and your body like they're gold, because they are. A great affirmation for you for this Jupiter in Cancer transit is, I am safe to receive more. My worth is not up for negotiation. It is the foundation I build my life on. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you, so be sure to let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're ready to fully activate your next level, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Cancer rising. Jupiter in Cancer is saying, this is your season of becoming when you finally choose you. Jupiter is moving into your first house, and this is major. The next 13 months are about you, your body, your mindset, your path, your healing, your happiness, your next chapter. This is a personal expansion cycle that hasn't happened in over a decade, and it's here to remind you of who you really are when you're no longer bending to fit everyone else's expectations. This is your reinvention arc. You may change your look, shift your lifestyle, claim new desires, or finally release an outdated identity that no longer reflects who you are. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of you, fully, boldly, unapologetically. You may feel more visible, more magnetic, more intuitive, and yet more sensitive too. With Jupiter in your sign, your emotional growth becomes the fuel for everything else. Don't suppress your softness. Let it lead. Now, upon Jupiter's entrance into Cancer, it squares Saturn and Neptune in Aries, both sitting in your 10th house of career, pressure, and public life. You'll feel the tension between who you really are and who you've been performing to be in order to succeed. This is about shedding external definitions of success that cost you your peace. It's about learning that alignment and authenticity will always get you further than pressure and performance. So ask yourself, am I building a life that actually feels good to live, or one that just looks good from the outside? Jupiter will also sextile Mars in Virgo in your 3rd house, giving you the clarity and courage to speak from your truth. You're being called to communicate more openly, lead with your voice, and share the insights this year is pulling out of you. Don't keep your transformation silent. Whether it's through writing, speaking, teaching, or just being radically honest, your story is part of someone else's survival guide. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter and Cancer energy is first to reclaim your identity. You're not who you were, and you're not meant to be. Reinvent your wardrobe, bio, boundaries, or beliefs to match the version of you that's becoming. Next is to let visibility be healing, not draining. You're coming into the spotlight in a new way. Show up in spaces that celebrate your sensitivity, not just your achievements. Next is to dismantle outdated success models. You don't need to suffer to be successful. Redefine what success means to you, then design your goals around that definition. Next is to prioritize self-trust over perfection. You don't need to have it all figured out to be moving in the right direction. Be willing to evolve out loud, even if it's messy. Confidence comes from choice, not clarity. And finally, speak from your becoming. Your growth is your wisdom. Share what you're learning, even as you're still learning it. A great affirmation for you for this Jupiter in Cancer transit is, I trust who I'm becoming. I don't need to shrink, rush, or prove. My presence is enough. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you, so be sure to let me know in the comments below. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're ready to fully activate your next level, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Leo rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is saying, you don't need to be seen to be safe. Your soul is asking for stillness. With Jupiter expanding your 12th house of rest, reset, solitude, and the subconscious, the next 13 months are about spiritual nourishment, not outward achievement. This isn't the year to force, push, or perform. It's the year to surrender, trust your intuition, and let old timelines expire with grace. You're entering a soul detox where healing, closure, and spiritual clarity become your superpowers. You may find yourself more drawn to journaling, meditation, dream work, or creative solitude. You might also feel more emotional or sensitive as Jupiter pulls suppressed energy to the surface for release. That's not regression, it's recalibration. Expect unseen blessings to guide you. Dreams, synchronicities, divine timing, and deep inner peace you haven't felt in years. You're not losing momentum. You're building a foundation the world can't see yet. Now, Jupiter does square Saturn and Neptune in Aries, both in your 9th house of beliefs, expansion, and visibility, asking you to let go of the pressure to figure it all out. This square may surface fears about falling behind, not doing enough, or being off path. But this isn't stagnation. It's spiritual alignment. You're shedding beliefs that say your worth is tied to what you produce or how fast you grow. Ask yourself, what would life feel like if I let it be slow and sacred instead of loud and linear? The sextile to Mars in Virgo in your second house brings grounding energy to your finances and self-worth. This means even while you're healing and retreating, you're stabilizing your material world. You're learning to earn from ease. You're creating routines and rituals that support emotional and financial sustainability. Your value doesn't disappear in the quiet. It deepens. Some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter and Cancer energy is, first, heal productivity wounds. You don't have to prove your worth by being busy. Choose rest without guilt. Let silence be sacred, not shameful. Next is to explore your spiritual intelligence. You are receiving downloads and guidance from within. Lean into dream work, meditation, intuitive practices, or solo reflection. Next is to detach from public expectation. You're not here to be understood by everyone. Step back from spaces that expect you to always be on. Next is to focus on quiet creation. Your magic is building behind the scenes. Create in private. Not everything needs an audience yet. And finally, redefine success as serenity. Your nervous system is your most important compass right now. Prioritize peace, grounding, and inner stability. It's where your power lives. A great affirmation for you for this Jupiter and Cancer energy is, I am safe to slow down. Even in stillness, I am expanding. I trust the quiet is preparing me for something divine. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you, so be sure to let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're craving a deeper shift, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Virgo rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is saying, your future is calling, but you have to believe you belong there. Jupiter is moving into your 11th house of community, long-term vision, and soul-aligned support, opening the door to new connections, dream collaborations, and future plans that actually feel like you. Over the next 13 months, the universe is expanding your reach, reminding you that your success doesn't have to be a solo journey. You may join new groups, launch a digital platform, expand your audience, or simply start dreaming bigger. This is about rewriting your relationship with the future, not from fear or pressure, but from a place of empowerment. You're being invited to trust that your dreams are valid, that your voice matters, and that the people meant for you are already on their way. Jupiter will square Saturn and Neptune in Aries, sitting in your 8th house of vulnerability, trust, and emotional depth. This may bring up wounds around being seen fully, especially in community or leadership roles. If you've ever felt like you had to hide your sensitivity to belong, or downplay your truth to stay safe, this square will stir that up so it can finally clear. You're being asked to trust that the right people will meet the real you with respect, not rejection. But you have to offer them the chance. Now, with Jupiter making a sextile to Mars in Virgo in your first house, you have the motivation to act on your dreams without overthinking them. This is an incredible year to take aligned steps toward your long-term vision. Whether you're launching a business, showing up online, leading a group, or simply moving with more purpose, your momentum is catching up with your mission. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter in Cancer transit is, first, heal loner leader wounds. You don't have to do it all yourself to prove your strength. Open up to collaboration. Let people support the vision with you. Next is to say yes to soul-aligned networks. Your future is linked to who you surround yourself with. Seek out new circles, mentorships, masterminds, or groups that reflect who you're becoming. Next is to release fear of outgrowing your circle. It's okay if you're not who you used to be. Grieve and bless past versions of community and call in what fits your frequency now. Next is to share your vision loudly. Your ideas matter. Your voice makes ripples. Post the thing. Pitch the project. Speak from your future self. And finally, move with momentum, not perfectionism. You don't need a flawless plan to move forward. Take messy action. Jupiter's on your side. Trust the direction, even if the details shift. A great affirmation for you for this Jupiter in Cancer transit is, I am ready to be seen, supported, and celebrated. My dreams are valid, and the future is unfolding in my favor. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you, so be sure to let me know in the comments. And, of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're craving a deeper shift, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Libra rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is saying this is about you redefining success on your own terms. It has to feel as good as it looks. Jupiter is rising to the top of your chart, expanding your 10th house of career, visibility, purpose, and legacy. And for the next 13 months, the spotlight is on you. This is your moment to step up, claim your voice, and align your outer achievements with your inner truth. You may be offered a promotion, a leadership opportunity, more public recognition, or a calling that requires greater emotional maturity and confidence. Whatever arises, the question is, does it align with the kind of life you want to build? This isn't about climbing someone else's ladder. It's about choosing success that feels soulful. Jupiter in Cancer wants your work to be emotionally fulfilling, not just impressive on paper. It's time to let your values shape your vision and let your intuition guide your ambition. As Jupiter squares Saturn and Neptune in Aries in your 7th house, you'll feel tension between your personal growth and your partnerships. Old relationship dynamics, especially those where you've compromised too much, may resurface now. You're being asked to stop molding yourself to keep the peace and start honoring the version of you who's outgrowing old agreements. This may challenge you to assert boundaries, speak hard truths, or release relationships that can't support the new level you're stepping into. Your evolution is non-negotiable now. Let love evolve with you, or let it go with grace. Now, with Jupiter making a sextile to Mars in Virgo, which is your 12th house, your behind-the-scenes healing work is ready to fuel real-world success. Quiet inner shifts are laying the foundation for major outer moves. Keep trusting your intuition. You don't need to broadcast every breakthrough. Just know that your energy is aligning you with powerful new opportunities, even if it's happening subtly at first. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter and Cancer transit is, first, heal people-pleasing in leadership. You don't need to overextend or overcompensate to be respected. Lead with clarity, not apology. The right roles will honor your boundaries. Next is to redefine what success actually means. Achievement that costs your peace isn't success, it's performance. Ask yourself, does this path support who I'm becoming, or just who I've been trying to prove? Next is to integrate private healing into public purpose. Your softness is your strength. Let your intuition guide your business moves, creative pivots, or leadership style. Next is to release relationships that resist your growth. You're allowed to evolve, even if others don't follow. If a connection can't hold your expansion, bless it and release it. And finally, build a legacy with love, not just logic. Let your work feel nourishing, not just necessary. Choose roles and missions that make your heart feel full, not just your calendar. A great affirmation for you is, I lead with integrity, I grow with grace, and I succeed in ways that feel like freedom. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you, so be sure to let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends who can also benefit from this message, and subscribe for more. And if you're ready to fully activate your next level, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Scorpio rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is saying, your perspective is the portal. It's time to live by a new truth. Jupiter is entering your 9th house of beliefs, purpose, travel, spirituality, and expansion. And for the next 13 months, you're being invited to completely reorient your world view. This is your cosmic permission slip to break free from outdated narratives, limiting philosophies, or survival-based beliefs that have kept your future small. This isn't about surface-level motivation. It's about meaning. It's about rediscovering what lights you up, what restores your faith, and what gives your life depth beyond the day-to-day. You may be pulled toward spiritual growth, education, international travel, or launching something that allows your wisdom to reach further. If life has felt heavy or claustrophobic, Jupiter is here to open the windows and let light in. Your soul is asking you to dream bigger, but only if it feels true. Jupiter squares Saturn and Neptune in Aries, activating your 6th house of work, habits, and health. You might struggle with integrating your big vision into your daily reality. This square could trigger feelings like, can I actually live this way every day? Can I trust myself to follow through? You're being asked to release the belief that transformation has to be hard or that you're only as good as your productivity. This is about creating a lifestyle that supports your expansion without burning you out. Your beliefs are shifting, and your body and schedule need to shift with them. The sextile to Mars in Virgo in your 11th house supports long-range goals, community building, and taking bold steps toward your dreams. Don't just imagine the life you want. Start living like it's already real. Align your actions with your higher self. This is the moment to start creating the version of the future that once felt too big. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter in Cancer transit is first to heal limiting beliefs around freedom. You don't have to earn joy or struggle to deserve peace. Release stories that say you can't have what you want without sacrifice. Next is to align your spiritual practice with your purpose. Your truth is your compass. Let your growth be guided by values that feel nourishing, not dogma or guilt. Next is to upgrade your daily life to match your vision. If the dream drains you, it's not the right structure. Reshape your routines, health, and habits to support your expansion, not suppress it. Next is to say yes to the wild idea. This is your sign to leap, apply, pitch, travel, enroll. Your soul is craving a new chapter, and you're ready. And finally, share what you know, even if you're still learning. You've walked through the fire. Now your wisdom is medicine. Write, teach, speak, or guide from experience. You don't need to be finished to be impactful. A great affirmation for you for this Jupiter in Cancer energy is, I trust the path ahead, even when it lands me beyond what I've known. My growth is guided, grounded, and aligned with my soul's truth. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you, so be sure to let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe for more. And if you're craving a deeper shift, My signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Sagittarius rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is saying, deepen to expand. This chapter isn't about more. It's about meaning. Jupiter is entering your 8th house of intimacy, transformation, shared resources, and emotional power, initiating a year-long chapter of soul-level growth. This is the house where things end so something real can begin. And Jupiter here doesn't expand your comfort. It expands your capacity to evolve, heal, and receive at a deeper level than ever before. This is a powerful time to address your relationship with vulnerability, power dynamics, emotional intimacy, sexuality, shared finances, and energetic exchanges. It's less about surface level wins and more about internal wealth. What are you truly worth when everything else is stripped away? What relationships, behaviors, or contracts still operate from fear instead of empowerment? This transit will bring major breakthroughs around trauma recovery, debt, energetic leaks, emotional bonds, and your ability to receive support, financial, spiritual, and emotional. Now, Jupiter will square Saturn and Neptune in Aries, activating your 5th house of expression, creativity, and inner child healing. You may feel tension between your desire to express joy and your fear of emotional exposure. Maybe part of you still believes that pleasure must be earned or that creativity isn't productive enough. This square invites you to let go of hyper-independence or pride that blocks you from deep emotional connection. Your healing doesn't make you weak. Your happiness doesn't make you selfish. Your softness doesn't make you less magnetic. Let that belief go. The sextile to Mars in Virgo in your 10th house offers real momentum in your career and life direction, especially when you allow yourself to lead with vulnerability, not just strategy. The more emotionally aligned you are, the more powerful your impact becomes. This is a time to build from truth, not ego. Lead from wholeness, not hustle. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter and Cancer energy is first to heal emotional avoidance. You don't have to stay strong all the time. Let your emotions come to the surface. Release shame around your depth. That's where your power is. Next is to face your fear of being too much. Real intimacy requires being fully seen. In love, sex, money, or healing, let someone witness the real you. Next is to unhook from power dynamics that deplete you. Not everything deserves your energy. Audit your emotional contracts and renegotiate what feels unbalanced. Next is to alchemize pain into purpose. What you've survived is sacred. Channel it into art, leadership, or healing spaces. You didn't go through it for nothing. And finally, let purpose be rooted in power. You're not here to grind. You're here to transform. Build your career around truth, not performance. Let your emotional clarity lead the way. A great affirmation for you is, my power is rooted in truth. I am safe to evolve, to release, and to receive everything I once felt unworthy of. I love to hear how this resonated with you, so definitely let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends who can also benefit from this message, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're ready to finally activate your next level, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Capricorn rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is saying expansion through connection. Let love be a mirror, not a measure. Jupiter is moving into your 7th house of relationships, commitment, partnerships, and sacred mirrors, making this a 13-month journey of rediscovering what you deserve in connections, whether romantic, professional, or platonic. This transit is here to help you attract, expand, or completely transform the types of partnerships you call in. But this isn't about fairy tale illusions or surface level dynamics. Jupiter in Cancer asks, do your relationships nourish your nervous system? Do you feel seen, supported, and respected? This is your chance to realign your standards, elevate your emotional intimacy, and magnetize the kinds of bonds that reflect your personal growth, not your past wounds. If you're already in a relationship, this transit brings opportunities for emotional renewal, mutual healing, or clarifying whether the bond still fits your future. If you're single, this may be a year of meaningful connections that reveal exactly what you're now ready to receive and no longer willing to tolerate. Now, Jupiter squares Saturn and Neptune in Aries, activating your 4th house of family, roots, and emotional identity. This square may surface tensions between the person you've had to be inside your home or family system and the emotionally available version of you that's ready to exist in relationships now. You're being asked to release the belief that love means overfunctioning, fixing, or self-sacrificing. Let yourself be loved without constantly proving your value. Let others support you too. Thanks to Jupiter's sextile to Mars in Virgo in your 9th house, you're being guided to take brave, expansive steps in love and partnership that also support your personal growth, travel, teaching, or purpose. Some relationships this year will feel like destiny, not because they're perfect, but because they activate your evolution. Say yes to what stretches your heart and your horizons. Some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter in Cancer transit is, first, heal the caretaker identity in relationships. You don't have to earn love by holding everything together. let others show up for you too. Let your softness be part of the connection. Next is to recalibrate emotional reciprocity. If you're the only one giving, it's not balanced. Look for partnerships that reflect your emotional availability and authenticity. Next is to rebuild your relationship blueprints. You are allowed to outgrow the love patterns you inherited. Create new standards based on emotional maturity, not survival roles. Next is to let partnership be a portal, not a distraction. The right relationship expands your purpose, not dims it. Let connection fuel your vision, not distract from it. And finally, choose depth over performance. You don't need to impress anyone to be worthy of real love. Show up as your whole self. The right people won't flinch. A great affirmation for you for this Jupiter and Cancer transit is, I am worthy of connection that honors my truth. I attract relationships that reflect who I am, not who I had to be. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you, so be sure to let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends who can also benefit from this message, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're ready to fully activate your next level, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Aquarius rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is saying, redefine what it means to be well. Wholeness comes from within. Jupiter is moving into your 6th house of routines, work, health, healing, and service, bringing a major expansion to the way that you care for yourself and show up for others. For the next 13 months, your day-to-day life becomes the container for deep emotional restoration. This is about more than just optimizing your schedule. It's about reconnecting with what actually sustains you. Your work, your wellness, your rituals, your responsibilities. They all need to feed your soul, not just drain your energy. You may receive new work opportunities, step into a more aligned routine, heal chronic imbalances, or finally prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. Jupiter here asks, what would your life look like if your peace came first? Jupiter squares Saturn and Neptune in Aries in your 3rd house of communication, mindset, and mental energy, revealing where overthinking and people-pleasing may have hijacked your flow. If your inner critic has been running the show, this transit will help you gently silence that voice and replace it with intention and presence. This square may challenge your current habits or make you rethink how you handle your responsibilities. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters with more soul. Thanks to the sextile to Mars and Virgo in your 8th house, you're being supported in transforming behind-the-scenes patterns, especially those related to emotional suppression, debt, intimacy, and fear of losing control. You're not just fixing routines. You are rewriting the unconscious motivations behind them. This is a time to get honest with yourself about what's draining you, who you're trying to impress, and what it would look like to truly honor your needs first. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter in Cancer transit is, first, heal the fear of slowing down. You don't need to hustle to prove your worth. Make rest a practice, not a reward. Redesign your days to reflect your healing. Next is to rebuild habits from a place of love. Your routines should restore you, not punish you. Choose systems that honor your emotions, not just your productivity. Next is to speak kindly to yourself. Your inner voice shapes your outer world. Replace criticism with compassion. Practice mental hygiene like you would physical hygiene. Next is to prioritize sacred service over self-sacrifice. You can be of service without abandoning yourself. Only give from the overflow. Let your wellness become a boundary. And finally, transform quietly, powerfully, and daily. It's the small changes that shift your entire reality. Let tiny, nourishing acts stack into major breakthroughs. A great affirmation for you is, I am allowed to feel good every day. My peace is sacred. My habits are healing. And my life honors my well-being. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you, so definitely let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're craving a deeper shift, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Pisces rising. So Jupiter in Cancer is saying, let joy lead. You are safe to create, express, and receive fully. Jupiter is moving into your 5th house of creativity, passion, love, children, play, and self-expression. And for the next 13 months, your heart wants to come alive again. This transit is a cosmic green light to pursue what lights you up, not because it's productive or strategic, but because it's soulful. You're being asked to lead with desire, to tap back into what feels beautiful, romantic, bold, and authentic. This is the house of self-trust, artistry, inner child healing, and romantic vulnerability. Whether you're starting a new creative project, dating again, becoming more playful with your existing partner, reconnecting with your kids, or just finally giving yourself permission to have fun, this chapter is about reclaiming your right to feel good. Happiness isn't frivolous. It's medicine, and it's time for you to take more of it. Now, Jupiter squares Saturn and Neptune in Aries. both sitting in your second house of self-worth, money, and values. This square could bring up emotional friction around pleasure, abundance, or visibility, especially if you've internalized beliefs that say happiness must be earned or success has to come with struggle. You're being asked to stretch into new levels of deserving, to remember that you are allowed to have what you want, even if no one else around you is choosing it. This is your liberation from martyr energy and your freedom from over-functioning. Thanks to the sextile to Mars in Virgo in your 7th house, there's an opportunity to bring more intentionality and confidence into your relationships, whether in romance or collaboration. This is a chance to be seen in your full artistic, expressive power. People want to connect with your heart, not just your healing. Let them in. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Jupiter in Cancer transit is first to heal inner child joy wounds. You don't need permission to play. Do something fun just because it makes you smile. Happiness is a spiritual practice now. Next is to say yes to big, bold desire. You're allowed to want more and receive it. Stop filtering your dreams. Let your passion lead, even if it doesn't make sense yet. Next is to detach your worth from sacrifice. You don't have to overgive to feel safe in love. Practice receiving without apology. Start with compliments, support, and softness. Next is to make art that feels like truth. Your creativity is more than a hobby. It's healing. So write, paint, film, speak. Express from the raw, radiant place inside of you. And finally, let love be free, not perfect. You're not here to perform love. You're here to feel it. Invite healthy romance in without over-planning the outcome. A great affirmation for you is, I am safe to shine, to play, and to receive the love, happiness, and recognition I once held back. I love to hear how this resonated with you, so definitely let me know in the comments. And of course, be sure to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe to stay in the flow. And if you're ready to fully activate your next level, my signature sessions and tools are all in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching.